My name is Kevin Lane and I'm a job coach at East Sussex College, Hastings. Yeah, so my job is to support young people to get ready for the world of work, really. To prepare them for life after college, in whatever form that is, so teaching them life skills, teaching them employment skills, so that when they leave us, they're sort of ready for the big wide world, really. So initially we sort of get them started on the qualifications that they'll be studying, and it's also about finding out what interests them, what work they want to carry out, and finding them a placement that's suitable. At the minute we've got a student who is in a nursery every week. We've got a student, this is my students off the top of my head, a student who goes to a care home and she helps out with a pamper session there, and like hand massages, nail varnish. It's absolutely fantastic. We also have students that help out in other parts of the college if they're interested in educational settings. It's quite a nice, almost like a home from home in a sense. It gives them an opportunity to understand the way that it works sort of behind the scenes of a college. Students that are working in Costa, students that work in bakeries, restaurants, so nice. A wide mix. So it's sort of tailored to every student's different. Every individual has their own needs regarding how they want supported, really. So sometimes with a new placement, you will essentially learn the job with them, and so if they've got any questions, you can ask them and you'll learn it together. And it's about, our job is then to break down the instructions further if needed, make it a little bit more accessible for them if needed, but also just act as a sort of go-between, like a liaison between, because the employer will need support and so will our students. So initially it'll be that, and then as their independence grows, we will sort of lessen our support. And that's the whole end game, is that you want both the employer and the student to be confident enough and independent enough that you're not needed. It's a really weird job in the sense that we're trying to train people up to the point where we're not necessary. And it's a really good part, it's a really rewarding part when someone says, actually I don't need you anymore, which is kind of backwards to everything you've ever taught in life. But yeah, that's how we know we're doing well. It's quite a nice part of the job, especially when an employer wasn't expecting it to go as well as it does. That's always quite a nice one, because, like I said before, about removing that stigma and making people realise not everything they hear is true. Actually, when the employer says, that's great, can they do another half a day? Can they come and help out this event we've got? Or even something like, have you got another student that can come along? That's always a really good sign that you've built up that relationship and made them realise that, yeah, it is effective for all parties involved. So the best anyone can do when working with young people is equipping them for what comes after. And that's really what this whole course is.
Yeah. Okay, I'm Chris Fawkes. I work in pathology stores. The role of mentor was new to me 5 years whenever we first started with Project Search. But it's good. It's something I found I enjoyed more than I thought I would. It can be very tiring because you're thinking for two. But ultimately, yes, it's rewarding. We take on the students and we try and give them an insight into what life is in a job structure as opposed to education. And originally I was a bit sceptical because I didn't know what the students would be like. I imagine perhaps people more with physical handicaps, would they struggle in a sort of more sort of industrial environment. I was proved wrong.
So you've got Stacey as the coordinator and then there are two job coaches.
That's right.
So how is the role of the job coach different to the role of the mentor?
I think from a mentor point of view, we are solely based in our own, like me and Julia, pathology. That's what we sort of specialise in because we know the job. The coaches are everywhere. They've got to set the student up. They've got to visit them on placement. So I know, especially from why Joe charges around, they're sort of buzzing around all the time, checking in with the students, making sure they're okay. They're turning up. They're doing what the job requires them to do. And also at the end of most days, when they finish their working hour, they start and finish their day back over in the classroom. But I think they do a little bit of work and a little bit of reflection on what they're doing. So the coaches are sort of doing the classroom, the work environment and all the bits in between. So they're all over the place, whereas the mentors are more just based in our own environment and dealing more the one-to-one with that student. So we've probably got the easier job, I think.
Lovely. So what do you think are the benefits of employing a young person with additional needs?
It gives them a chance. There's no reason why they can't do jobs. We've proved it. There's people with various challenges, whether it be mental, dyslexia, even the ones with physical problems. Why can't they work? They're good at it. We've had some absolute corkers, that got on with this job, learnt it quick, and we can almost leave them to get on with it if we're called away to see stock in or whatever. It just gives those people a chance. It widens people's eyes, makes more awareness of what we continually need to do with all sorts of groups of people. So it just gives everyone a chance, doesn't it? Why not?